Hi everyone, my name is Grace Martin,
And I'm Shantae Guidry.
and we are the tech experts, and we are going to be doing our Celebrate and Elevate for week 4, and I'm going to be celebrating and elevating Shantae. And so this week then you spent a lot of time doing a lot of like AI generated quizzes, and I think that those are really helpful, especially when you're in the classroom because then you don't have to spend so much time trying to come up with like the perfect question.
Right.
You brought up a lot of new websites that I hadn't seen before, like Formative, making quizzes from there, and then quizzes as well. Then I had never used it before. I didn't know that it could do AI, but the quiz that you made, the understanding slope from graphs, um, I think it came out really well. I like how it also gives you actual graphs to put in the quiz, and students will be able to easily use it. Um, and then the way that you use Magic School AI, then that was also really, it was really good because you could talk about how you're a teacher, math teacher, you want to put in technology integrated quizzes. And generating it from Magic School AI, then it gives you the questions and you're able to use the Google Forms that we had been working on for the past couple of weeks. So I think that with the amount of generative AI that you use to create these quizzes, then it was impressive that we could like get that much from AI and that you're able to take that and integrate it directly into your classroom, especially with like Google Forms and everything, and being able to use all the things that we've been working on since the beginning of the semester to use it in different ways for your classroom and the project that you're going to be doing for your final project. But overall, really good.
Thank you. And I have to agree with you. It's AI. It's a lot easier, and it comes up with those higher order thinking questions as well. You would think, oh, I'm just putting in a prompt, and it's just going to give you some of those basic questions, those lower level Bloom's questions. But it really does elevate those questions in a manner which is going to get our kids just thinking a little bit more.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the graphs that it made too.
Definitely. Now I am going to elevate Miss Grace. Miss Grace always does a great job, and I really like how on her Adobe she really played around with Adobe Firefly a lot. And I was telling her that these pictures are so realistic, like ten cartoon fluffy goats sitting on a mountain. It's very detailed, and it actually shows you basically what you said in there, what you typed in there. And I think that's amazing how it can actually show what you're saying to the students. And I think if you incorporate this into your classroom, students are going to be more excited to see what type of pictures AI is going to come up with based off of what they're just asking it to do. And I really like, of course, the science nerd in me. I like how you use the solar system as an example, and then also the water cycle. And the water cycle can be a little tricky. I remember you saying that it can be a little tricky because you have to be really specific on especially which way you want the arrows to go, depending on how you want the student to look at it and which part of the water cycle you want the student to start from or end at, or whatever the case may be. And I also like how you just played around with it, and I think that's a good way for us to learn ourselves first, and then we can incorporate it into the different trainings that we're going to use. And I also really like how Grace she showed us her prompt based off of what she said. She showed us her prompt, and then once it generated the different misconceptions. And this is very important in the education world as well, because you want to identify those misconceptions before you actually teach a lesson, just to kind of say, okay, this is not what it truly is. And I really like how the AI generated those misconceptions for you. And then I also like how you incorporated a student view as well, along with the educator view, especially because you want the students to understand it based off of what they're seeing. And then you also want to understand what the students are looking at also. So I think that was great how you showed us both the educator view and also the student view on Magic School AI.
you. I really enjoyed getting to use it with the Adobe Firefly. I forgot to mention that some of the prompts then I was using ChatGPT to generate like longer prompts because I would like have an idea, but it wasn't as specific. So I was able to use ChatGPT to kind of lengthen it and then really build on it. So I think that Adobe Firefly, like I was saying before, that's kind of a hit or miss if you'll get exactly what you want, but having like more detail really helped it too.
Great. And I'm really interested in using the chat GPT. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I did kind of look at it a little bit, but it was kind of hard for me to understand. And I know you could just put it in there and then it'll regenerate it for you. But I'm really confused on how specific you have to be. That's really what I'm concerned with. If I'm not specific enough, it's just gonna go off the wall, or if it's actually to give me what I'm looking for. So
Yeah, ChatGPT now then it has a memory bank. And
mm.
so it builds off of like the things that you've put in it before. So a lot of the things then, like I don't have to be like too specific with it. And then like I'll start with like a small prompt. And then if I need to add on to it, then I just have a conversation with it back and forth, like I was talking to like a real person.
Oh, nice. Well, yes,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna look into that, especially in education.
Yeah.
All right, and that is our celebrate and elevate for today.